Today, we're diving into something really fundamental, a piece of infrastructure that's trying to fix what might be the single biggest reason AI fails in big companies. So let's get right into it.
I love this quote because it just cuts right to the chase. It basically says, hey, for years we might have been barking up the wrong tree. The problem isn't that our AI models are dumb. No, not at all. It's that we're starving them of the information they need to be smart about our business. And you know, this failure to give AI the right info, well, it's created a huge problem. We're calling it the AI context crisis. And honestly, this is the main thing, the core issue that's really holding enterprise AI back from being as amazing as we all know it can be. Okay, take a look at this. Does this look familiar? Because for most companies, it's the reality. All your important knowledge is just everywhere. I mean, think about it for a second. Conversations about a big deal are happening over in Slack, but the actual deal data, that's locked away in Salesforce. Your code is in GitHub, sure, but the customer tickets complaining about that code are in ServiceNow. It's like every system has one piece of a giant jigsaw puzzle, but absolutely none of them has the box top to see the full picture.
So what happens because of all this fragmentation? Well, our shiny new AI tools, our co-pilots, our assistants, they start to break down. They're stuck in these little data prisons, these silos, and so they start making things up, what we call hallucinating. They totally miss important signals happening in other systems. And maybe the scariest part? They can take actions without any real governance, all because they're flying blind, without the full context.
So let's just put a pin in this. This is not an intelligence problem. The AI models are incredibly powerful. This is a context problem, pure and simple. And solving that, that's the whole game.
All right, so if the problem is context, how in the world do we fix it? Well, the solution we're looking at today is a totally new kind of foundational layer. It's called Context Fabric, and it's built specifically to take this challenge head-on.
Okay, so what is this thing, really? Well, the official term is a policy-bound context engine. Now, the words to really focus on there are policy-bound and governed. It hooks into all your important systems of record and pulls together the full picture, the full context. But here's the crucial part, and you really got to get this. This is not another chatbot or some new assistant for your employees. Think of it as plumbing. It's the deep-down infrastructure that makes all your other AI tools actually work the way they're supposed to.
Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a memory layer for your whole company, a shared brain almost. It becomes that one single place that remembers everything from every system, so that both your people and your AI can finally operate with the complete story.
Okay, so we've covered the what. Now, let's get into the how. How does this Fabric thing actually work under the hood?
Right. At the heart of it all is something called the Fabric engine. Now, you can run this thing on-prem, right inside your own network for max security, or use it as a managed service. It's designed to plug into all those places we talked about, your CRM, your support tools, your code repos, all those silos. And its main job, what it does 24/7, is suck in all that scattered information and piece it together into organized, structured context, all based on your rules. And importantly, it keeps a full audit trail of everything.
Now you might be thinking, this sounds like a massive, scary project. But the cool thing is, it's not an all-or-nothing deal. It's actually designed as a step-by-step process, so you can build up value over time and keep risk under control the whole way.
So, you start at step 1, baseline. This is the walk before you run phase. There's zero automation, which means zero risk. All you get is pure clarity, the power to search and find anything across all your systems, instantly. Simple, right? Once you're comfortable there, you level up to assist. This is where the Fabric starts to help out. It'll suggest things, like drafting a message for you or summarizing a long thread, but it's always grounded in that real, unified context. And then, only when you're ready, you get to the final stage, execute. This is where you allow the Fabric to actually do things, but only approved, governed actions that are strictly controlled and fully audited.
And this whole progression leads us to what is maybe the single most important question for any leader thinking about AI right now: governance. How do you get all this amazing power without opening up your company to a ton of unacceptable risk?
Okay, here's the big idea. This is the fundamental shift. Your people, your human employees, and your AI agents are now drinking from the same well. They both get their context from the Fabric. The AI agents are no longer directly touching your precious core systems. That might sound like a small change, but believe me, the implications for security and control are absolutely massive.
So let's break down what this means for the folks in charge. If you're the CTO, what you get are trust boundaries that you can actually enforce because they're literally written in code. You are in complete control of what the AI can see and what it's allowed to do. And if you're a business leader, well, this is how AI stops being a scary risk and starts being a real, genuine accelerator for your business.
So when you step back and look at the whole thing, what we're really witnessing here is a huge shift in thinking. It's a move away from just deploying AI tools and a move towards building a true, living memory for the entire enterprise.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It's the before and after picture. On one side, you have the old way, a mess of disconnected tools that make stuff up and do unpredictable things. And on the other side, you have the new way, a single, unified, governed layer. A world where AI is grounded in reality, where you have full control and audit, and where it can only do what you've explicitly told it can do.
You know, this might be the best way to think about it. Remember a few years back when Snowflake came along and became the essential layer, the substrate for all enterprise data? The argument is that Context Fabric is doing the exact same thing, but for enterprise context. It's becoming that foundational piece of infrastructure that everything else is built on top of.
So let's just leave it with this thought. Imagine a world where context is no longer a problem. It's structured, it's governed, your AI stops guessing and starts knowing, operating with a real memory. So the only question left to ask is, what could your business truly achieve if every single decision, every action, every insight was powered by a perfect, complete, and totally governed memory of everything you know?